Oh god, I got a late start because I had to do a character reset, and now I died, but I didn't actually like respawn. So I had to exit to menu and I went back to Virginia Point. It's been a fucking day. So we're gonna just speed run through this. What is it? Apex Hall? Okay, yeah. Because I mean, goddamn, who the hell cares about Origin, right? I know people like Origin, and I personally, it's a very interesting thing. I do like Origin ships, but they never seem to be quite what I want. There's always something else that could fit well. Also, I gotta say, the performance, it's all right. I'm not gonna give it too much credit because I'm just irked. Okay, so I kind of want to do this more of a lightning round style. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So, 890, big ship, very big ship. It is a great FPS level. I think it's a very cool ship. I kind of wish there was more variants, although that's kind of ridiculous at the same time, so I completely understand why there aren't. It's a great ship. It's the most expensive ship in game. It also really doesn't do much for you. Like half of the cargo is not even functional right now, so sorry about that. The 600 came first, but the 890 certainly gave it a lot more. Got the interior done a lot better. The problem with the 600, it's a great ship. It's a great ship in terms of all of everything it has, but the internal layout is just kind of gaudy and weird. It's again, I like it, but it's just not quite. It's not quite perfect. I believe the gold standard pass is it is on the cards. This is actually basically Carrack size, but I always think of it more in comparison to like the Connie. I think it is smaller than the Carrack, but it's in the same size category as the Carrack. The Carrack is unless they like split hairs. The Carrack is the biggest ship in its size category, so yeah, it's not too hard to beat. I think this is the 125. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the 100 series is the starter ship. I don't think they actually have a starter ship package. It's a very nice little compact ship. It's got, I think it's actually a very good choice for smugglers looking for a very cheap disposable ship with just not a lot of cargo, but just a little bit of cargo. You have this that has 2 SCU. I think in the back you have not on this version. On the cargo version, you have another 2 SCU in the back. I don't know if it swaps this out for missiles or something, but there's that. Biggest difference is, though, it's actually kind of technically a snub, I guess. It has 1 shield generator as opposed to 2 normally, and it has 2 size 3 hard points. It's a very decent ship. I would go with the 135C personally, this puppy, because it has the additional, like, it has that cargo, and it's got somewhere. You see this ramp. I don't know where the freaking button is, man. Is it? No, that's just a... What the fuck? It's gonna be one of these things. But it just has a little ramp. You have to crouch to get into it. Again, I mean, the reason I say it would be a good smuggler ship is because it has 1 shield generator. No matter, even if it's the stealthiest shield generator you could possibly have. One shield generator is always going to have less emissions than two, and like you're already fighting a hard battle with the 125A if you're trying to have it be a combat variant. And then you have the 100, which is cheaper, and just the base. I think that's it for those variants, at least for now. I would love to see an 825A. Of course, like the Reclaimer, I'd love to just see a combat variant. It doesn't need to be a good combat ship. It just needs to be a combat ship for the sake of being a combat ship, which I would just find hilarious. Luckily, Origin should be a pretty quick day, I think. So we have the 300s and the 400. All right, so the 300s are the original, the OG Origin ship. This is basically, it's an Avenger Plus, is how I would probably describe it. It's the 300 comes with 3 hard points, as opposed to the Avengers 2 size 3s and 1 size 4 hard point. Also, Origin likes typically to have gimbaled, or I'm sorry, they typically like to have fixed weapons, but not the case for the 400. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, these puppies are just a little bit nicer than the. Oh god, I don't want to rent one. These puppies are just a little bit nicer, I would say, than the Avenger, because they have, not only do they have a bed, but they also have a toilet, not a shoilet, not a shoilet, just a regular old toilet. If you ask me, they should move the toilet back to here where the weapon and armor rack is, and move the weapon and armor rack to where the toilet is, and then you could have a full shoilet. I think. Well, okay, it might be a tight squeeze. But that's, you also have a sink, and you can also have. Ooh, actually, did they? Oh, they did. I don't know when they did this. They did it a while ago, I think, but. You got a little mini fridge. You can have a coffee machine if you like coffee for some weird reason. It's a good ship. The reason I also compare it to an Avenger, it does have cargo, although it's not quite as functional, because it has kind of a little problem with physics grids. So you have this little cargo bay. I don't know how much it carries. I want to say 4 SCU, but I could be wrong. It might be like 2 or 3 or something. It's not too much, but you trade some luxury for you trade some luxury for cargo space, or you trade some cargo space for luxury. Excuse me. When comparing it to the Avenger, this is. This is the 315. Trade out the front gun mount for utility mount. I think it's supposed to have a tractor beam by default, I believe. I think it also has, this one has a little bit more range, as well as a rear cargo bay. That's cool. It can carry a little bit more cargo. This is a bit more upscale of a smuggler ship, actually, if we're going to be honest. Moving right along, or right under, we've got, I believe, the 350, which is the racing ship. Still has the guns. I don't know, actually. Basically, it trades out the interior for just one bed, very similar to an Aurora. I guess it still has the cargo bay as well. Or does it not? Looks like it doesn't. I could be wrong. Pretty sure it doesn't. But, well, actually, I thought it did. Honestly. I don't know. Probably wrong, though. It does have a faster top speed. I don't know all the stats off the top of my head. As you can see, though, this is the 325A. This is the only one I would ever consider. So it has the same hard points as an Avenger, although it comes with fixed weapons instead of gimbaled, which is very nice. I'm not going to rent this one either. I don't really need to. It has fixed size 4 Revenant by default, which is nice. It trades out, so it does still have the cargo bay, although maybe it's the rear cargo bay. Also, maybe the 300 has a rear cargo bay? I'm not sure. But it has the rear cargo bay, but it trades out the front cargo bay for an additional missile rack, which is pretty damn nice, I got to admit. Can't really see that from here, though, so yeah. So 300's great series, and actually worth talking about more than everything else, I think. 400 is the newest ship. It's decent. It was a meme for a while. Somebody ate a sock over it. Somebody actually ate a sock over it. That's a long story. But so we have 2 ramps. I literally pressed the button. Did I rent 2 of them? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to rent 3. Okay, so we have this front bay, which is annoyingly off the ground. This is a small ass little hover bike bay specifically meant for the X1. I've heard people have managed to cram a Nox into it. The Dragonfly absolutely will not fit. The X1, by the way, if you're curious, is not in game yet, and so they were like, oh shit, yeah, let's actually make the X1 so this thing can actually work. So yeah, I think this is actually the first time I've been on a 400i. You have temperature controlled component bays. Also, gravity generator, lockers. That one is a weapon locker. That a communal weapon locker. These are armor racks. Armor clothing racks. You have your docking collar. You have a little cargo area. You could technically store a ground vehicle here, but the front bay is supposed to be the vehicle. This is supposed to be cargo. You have some escape pods. Yes, these are definitely escape pods. You also have a few components in between some of the walls. The lightning rounding this, so we're just going right along. We've spent too much time already, honestly, if I'm going to be completely fucking honest with you. So we're going to go up to the habitation deck. Jesus Christ, I do not need to rent the ship like 7 times. What the fuck? Okay, no, we're just taking the ladder, I guess. Okay. That elevator is supposed to be very fast, but apparently it just doesn't want to work, so that's fine. What is this? Is this the toilet? Beautiful. Yes, we have overhead. Good God, that is huge. Have that. We also have a place to hang your clothes inside of the shower, which is whatever. It works, I guess. Oh, what the hell? Here is here's the cockpit. It's very nice, very compact. You have invisible see-through doors. Here's the crew quarters. Very nice, compact. You can see also there are little storage lockers here. That's really nice. Actually, it's really cool to see those. I hope the Reliant gets something like that, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Here's the captain's quarters, which has a little bit more knickknacks. Have the I guess kind of briefing room / living room. It's got a very nice succulent. Is that a jade? Oh my god, I kind of want this ship just because it's got a jade. It's got a little kitchen with actually. Can I open this? Not yet. It's got a pretty nice little kitchenette. It's a very nice ship. It's not too well armored. but I also would would caution you that it's not necessarily the worst armored. It is basically. So I mentioned for the Crusader. So I mentioned for on Crusader Day for that the Star Runner was like really huge. So this thing has basically all the same weapons as a Star Runner, but more missiles. Not nearly as much cargo. No data running or not much data running capabilities. In fact, you could actually have fixed size 4s on those mounts. Granted that the Star Runner's turrets are definitely better located. You got I don't know what the fuck you would call these, but you got turret up there, turret back there. They can kind of aim forward, but kind of. So, yeah. I didn't even mention how many missiles the Star Runner has, because for one thing, I don't know how many. And as for another thing, this thing has... I can't remember exactly. Don't quote me. I think 16 size 2s and 16 size 3s on bespoke mounts that I honestly have no idea where they are. But, yeah. I have no idea where the missile launchers are on this thing. I'm imagining in the wings, but I don't know for 100%. So, yeah, I think it's definitely not a combat ship. Don't get me wrong. The Star Runner isn't either, but and it's like super small for its class, I believe. Like if it wasn't for this nose section, it would be a freelancer size, and it would be a very good competitor there. It's a little lackluster in its size category, but I think it's actually a really great ship, especially if you're not looking to mainly do ship combat. If you're looking for just to get around places and not do necessarily a huge amount of cargo running, I think it's a hero ship. I think it's a hero ship is probably the best way to put it. All right, and let's get this done super quick. The M50 is a racing ship that's also been used by a group in Lord called Bronson's Bolts, who are basically a super police force that use these things to hunt down criminals. I don't know exactly what kind of modifications they've made to them to make them better. You do see a few of these running around on missions in the hands of Ninetales, and they're annoying. They're annoying. They're very fast, very agile, very easy. It makes it very easy to dodge stuff. It's a good ship. When racing is in, it'll be an even better ship. The 85X is the Snubcraft. This is Origins Pisces, which is kind of sad to say, because it doesn't have any cargo. It's got some good armament. It's decent though. It's just like, you know, you have this, and you have a co-pilot seat. I would probably just say it's a space Ferrari or a space supercar. Except that, I mean, it's maybe not so much a supercar in terms of performance, but it's definitely got the size of one. I think genuinely the only thing they'll have on display... Oh no, they have two things on display, or they should have two things on display. I completely forgot this existed. This is the G12 Rover. It is supposed to be a competitor to kind of a mix between the Ursa and the Cyclone. The Cyclone will never die. The Cyclone will always be better, except that this does have an enclosed cabin, which is nice. I think there's... I can't remember all the models, I think it's comparable to the Cyclone, really. There are ones with missiles. There's at least one with a turret, and I think there's one that they use the butt for cargo capacity. That's all I have to say on that. There's also the X1, which is a hover bike. They didn't mention it here because they just really like not showing things, I guess. Anyway, so that's it for Origin Day. I kind of got screwed over. For Crusader Day, so I'm gonna go back there, rent some ships, do a few missions while the game's not completely trying to kill itself. So until next time, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.